So in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make your robot drive forward the distance you want it. So first what we're going to do is we're going to stay in this same project and we're going to click this button, plus button right here, which is add another program to the project. So we're going to add another program and we're going to click on the name and call it drive forward. And then now if we want to drive forward, we still have this orange play block. And since driving forward is an action, we're going to go down to the action tab, the green action tab before. And we look, we can see we have move steering, which is basically the way you can drive both wheels forward at the same time using both motors. So we're going to drag over the move steering. So now we have the move steering. If we go down here, we can see how we want to drive the motors. So one could just be turn them off completely. One could be turn them on until we tell it to stop. So on forever until something tells it to stop. On for a certain amount of seconds. On for the wheels to turn a certain amount of degrees. So if you think about that, that would be like turning it 360 degrees is one circle. So you can do the math for that. And then we can also turn it for a specific amount of rotations. So like one rotation would be one full turn of the wheel. So for this, we're going to do one rotation. And then here we have the direction of turning. And we'll deal with that later, but for now, all you need to know is driving 0 is driving straight, so either forwards or backwards. And now we come to the power slider. So you can drag it all the way up for forwards and all the way back for backwards. So we're going to drive forwards, so we're going to make it 75. And since I can't drag to 75, I can also just click on it and type in 75 and press enter. And there we go. And we'll run it for 2 rotations. And then this is the brake at end. So this would be, do you want your robot to brake and stop immediately after you're done running them? Or do you want the robot to coast, so continue with its current forward movement until it just stops moving on its own? So usually we're going to want to do brake because we want the robot to stop where we intend it to stop. So we're going to select brake. And then if you notice up here, you see ports B and C. So we can select where the ports are connected of the motors that we're driving with are connected to on the robot. And if we're plugged into the robot that's on right now, you can go down here and I see I'm connected to the brick. And if I click down on the second tab called port view, I can see where I have the motors plugged in. So you can see right here I have one at B and C. So I know this is correct. And now we're ready to have our robot drive forward. Okay, so now I'm ready to go download the program onto the robot. So just like we did before, I'm going to go over down to the bottom right, click download. So now we hear that it's downloaded our robot. So since it's in the same project as the other program we wrote last video, but it's a different program, what we're going to do is we're going to go into Files. Then we're going to select First Project, which is where we coded it in. We select the first project. And then you see, so we have the play sound from the previous class, but we also have the drive forward we just added. So I'm going to unplug the robot so it can move. And we can still run it, remember, because we downloaded it to the robot. And then I'm going to press the start button, and we'll see it move. There we go. That's 2 rotations. So now you can go try this on your own, and I'll see you in the next video.